skipping ahead, not being a good historian.
We just got to get our periodization right.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess it was around 2017, we put in, it was really my colleagues Benedict Carton and Wendy Manuel Scott, who were the professors of record, and they put in a proposal to have a summer research project. And we worked with these five, and they immediately brought me in as a librarian, and as an expert of the time period they were studying. And what they wanted to do is explore the legacies of George Mason, our namesake to our universities, um, his legacy of slavery, essentially. And within the context of that course that we designed together, we developed the very basics of this pedagogy by making sure that we selected key theoretical readings and then have those paired with individual exploration assignments that allowed students to explore. If, for example, we were looking at health related to health and the enslaved people, um, we looked at things like, how do you use period published sources from things like America's historical imprints, where they have medical books, etc., that were in the libraries of founders like George Mason, and what does that mean? What can we discern from that? And from this basic model, which I don't think was really unique at the time. I mean, I think what was unique was that we really gave these undergrads a lot of work. I mean, if I look back at the syllabus we gave them, we had them reading, Morgan's Slave Counterpoint, and Stephanie Camp's Closer to Freedom. I mean, it was all in short weeks, right? And it was like a grad seminar, that they were kind of being introduced to lots of complicated concepts, and only one of them was a history major. And that was a really important aspect of this too, was we wanted this to be something that wasn't just for historians, but it was also for humanities and social sciences folks to also embrace and learn and understand how to do history, right? Even if they weren't going to be history majors. So yeah,
And I mean, it
that's
seems like the students rose to the occasion from everything I've seen and read on the Enslaved Children of George Mason project.
I think they did. I was very impressed with the work they did. It was, again, a summer project. They did an Omeka exhibit for each of them. Some explored the idea of the diet of enslaved people. But ultimately, the thing that kind of united our question is, while we were working with the students, we designed a project around the things they were interested in. And as a global set of questions, we wanted to explore the idea of the children who were part of George Mason's enslaved population. And they chose that. They were interested in that because it was something that I think they were close to the age of some of these people, being young adults. And I think it blew their minds to kind of think of the idea of how this revered founding father, who did many great things. I mean, he is very well known for doing important things that need to be acknowledged, but how this founding father was also very human and did a lot of really horrible things as well, as did many of people in his time, right?
Right. And I can just imagine for the students that they could really grasp at a deep visceral level, a comparison and contrast between their childhoods and being a child in bondage.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it was very moving, and that's where we also really Jen, that's where we really started to see the importance of the affective part. Like, we didn't articulate it at that time. We only did that fairly recently, but the feeling part, which we learned from people like Camp and others, and McKittrick and many others. Like, we started to learn that, and we started to embrace it a bit more than I think some do.